Welcome to Rodis Live. I'm your host, Rodis. And today, I'm kind of doing like a part two of my crab life. So, if you listen to the show, my crab life is episode 204. And on my crab life, I talked about what it was like arriving at Jackson State University in my college years as a freshman on my crab life. So today, as you can see, the episode title says, On this day was actually the day that I left for college. The day that I got kicked out of the nest. Well, the day I left the nest. I was 17, but I look back in retrospect and think about all the responsibility I had, how mature I was, and how I was able to figure it out, and you know, being on a 24-hour Greyhound bus ride, making me think that man, I should have really went to a state school, but I went where they had me, because my transcript was all C's, which meant, see, I don't care. See, I'm not taking this seriously. That's what the C's meant to the universities, but um, it was the only school that I applied for. I got a 26 on the ACT, and I had all C's on my report card. So on this day, a lot was going on in my life 37 years ago. So the catalyst for me making this episode, and even though I went through all of those um, trials and tribulations during that time, it was a whole lot. What made me think about making this episode is I was actually in a mall looking for and picking up some things from my business. I'll disclose that at a later date. And I and I seen somebody walking up out of the store looking like my damn twin. It was my little sister, Rocki Fresh. So at the time of this recording, I seen her yesterday. And today is her birthday. And I actually left, you know, the day she was born. I was trying to hang around until she came to see if I could get my mama to change her mind or whatever, but none of that happened. But Rocki Fresh actually came the day that I left. And today is her birthday. She a Leo. She is 37 years old, and I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Like the cutest little baby you'll ever see is 37 years old. She's an adult now. She got two kids. My beautiful niece Tuna, she's smart. And my nephew Smooth, because I don't want to say their names, but that's what I call them. And yeah, so I seen her at the mall shopping, shopaholic, fashionista, book smart, um, street smart, nickel slick, educated, just the total package. So I remember when I came from school, she was walking and talking, not no mama, dad, or none of that. She was just like Tremaine, you know, give me a snack up there. No, the chips, giving me. I'm like, damn, this girl, she got it all together. She working her number, everything at an early age. You know, it's just crazy how time fly. But yeah, up until me going away, leaving the nest, I was trying my hardest to go to the military, but my mama wasn't having that shit. She wasn't signing up for me to go, and at this time it was Desert Storm. But you gotta do what's best for you. And I wanted to go to the military. I figure, like, man, if I work 20 years now, I'll still be young. I'll actually be 37 when I get out. That's what I was thinking, but I don't know what would have happened, in the process of me being in there. But, I still went to college. I still wound up going to the military, except for me wanting to go to the Navy and being a squid. Shout out to all the squids out there. I decided to be a jarhead instead, but yeah. So I saw my little sister Rocki Fresh, and I was happy to see her. She ain't noticed me because I was in a different whip. I was in a different car, and she was like, "Who the?" She was on the phone. Who the fuck is this blowing at me? And I just made it my business to blow harder and harder, and harder. But when she saw it was me, she was so happy. And we chopped it up. She was telling me that, she had to go to work and that she loved me. And I really felt good. Everybody grown and adults and living their lives and life be life. And you know what I'm saying? Like Rocki Fresh, my sister Sticks, and my sister Lil Bobby. Like, they was my first kids before I had kids, especially my sister Sticks and Rocki Fresh. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So on this day, a queen was born, and on this day, a boy became a man. So yeah, I just wanted to speak on this because I saw her. I had something else planned, but I got a lot of good episodes coming down the pipeline. Pause. I appreciate everybody who been listening to and supporting the show and making it a success. Everybody knows, if you don't know already, the show drops every Friday at midnight, like clockwork, except for today. But it will be out in a minute on all streaming platforms. Make sure y'all go get y'all some Brothers Live merch at RodersLivePodcastStore.com. And just stay tuned and keep tapping in with the kid. This has been another episode of Roders Live. On this day, peace.